Hey everyone, Bonnie here. Still can't find my tripod, but I do have a lap desk, so that's where this is hanging out for now. Anyway, I just want to go yay, because we are done with the Outer Temple of Witchcraft. So the last lesson is lesson 13, and it is the second initiation. Now in the chapter, it goes over different types of second initiations and how they're usually for when you become a high priest or priestess or a minister, just whatever the tradition calls for. And it gives an example of how they do it in covens and things like that. I am a solitary, so I had to do it solitarily. But it gives examples of what might happen in a coven setting. It gives a ritual to use as well that you can use personal. What I did like was that he made a point before that to mention that one way to test your readiness for this initiation is to take that ritual and construct it in a way that it makes it personal to you. So a readiness for that you've completed the second year in a day, you get this ritual, which is 6 pages long. So 3 sheets, 6 pages long. But making it your own, working with it, just kind of fiddling around with it until it suits you and fits you perfectly. That's one way to test your readiness. Another thing that the book has, and I bookmarked it because I didn't want to dig through it, is the appendix. So, as you can see, my answers are in a journal, but in Appendix 1, it's a self-test. So it asks, like, the first question is, you can answer these questions in your Book of Shadows or in a separate piece of paper if you need more room. Briefly define the following words or phrases. So it's different topics that you learned about in previous lessons and what your understanding of those things are and what your role would be in a coven, how you would help your community, the cycles of the moon, your tools, things like that. In the second appendix, there are chants. So like if you're raising energy or working with deity, there's chants for you to do. So like there's chants for the whatchamacallit. It's chants for the eight Sabbaths, the 8 seasons. There's only 2 seasons, and they just threw in 2 more. But yeah, and then Appendix 3 is a plant list, so kind of like a little BOS of its own, little materia magic of its own. It'll give you the common name, the botanical name, the planets it's associated with, the signs it falls under, and any notes on the actual plant itself. Ooh, this is sticky. Anyway, so yeah, I did my ritual by myself because that's just how it is. I did it by myself in my temple space, and I used the tools that I had consecrated during these lessons, and what I did was I reconsecrated them during my initiation ritual. And I don't know how to explain it. I did it my own way. I didn't use the ritual I read it, but I didn't use it. I did my own ritual dedicating myself, and it felt like when I dedicated myself when I was like 15, 16, I don't remember how old I was, but it reminded me of that, and it felt so profound because I'm expanding my knowledge, I'm expanding my practice. That's another thing that in the book it mentions, to kind of delve deeper, and it gives a list of books and their authors that would help you like implement, what's the word I'm looking for? Complement. That's the word I'm looking for. Complement your practice and your knowledge. And I actually have a couple of the books that he's listed, so I'm going to read those again. Anyway, yeah, we're finally done. So what I'm not sure if I'm going to start it anytime soon, but our next one is the Temple of Shamanic Witchcraft. So this one delves deeper into like historical and ancient traditions and healing arts. And the inner temple was more focused on fire, while the outer temple was more focused on earth. Shamanic witchcraft is more focused in water. So it's going to be more an emotional sensation, in my opinion. I don't know. I haven't read it, so we're gonna go through this journey together. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well, and thank you for joining me on this journey, and I hope you have a good night. Brightest blessings.